Christmas is just around the corner, and if, like me, you're hosting, you're going to be looking for some of those special tips to really impress the in-laws. Well, I'm off to see someone who's going to help me make my Christmas at home that little bit special. So Natasha, a beautiful looking table, but quite traditional actually, and wasn't quite what I was expecting. Tell me about it.
Yes, we've gone back to more of a traditional look this year with sort of Nordic feel, family orientated, lots of sort of handmade things. For example, the placemats cut out look like stars and snowflakes, very pretty, and a sort of thing you could replicate at home. And we've also got sort of table runners, lovely idea, looks fantastic. This is sort of handmade, feel about it. Equally, you could replicate that by using a roll of wallpaper which you could spread out on the table. Lovely glassware, you could bring that out at Christmas. You could have coloured glassware which would make the table very special. And then we also love the sort of table gifts, I call them, which are sort of biscuits and fudge, which you could make that at home. We've got lovely place settings with candy canes.
Well, it looks fantastic. I love the Nordic theme, and I'm going to keep my eye on the fudge. I think we'll do what everybody does after Christmas lunch, which is go and collapse on the sofa.
Good idea.
Well, you've caught me still working my way through this Christmas fudge, but this is typical. My house doesn't look like this at Christmas, and I want to know how. So what would you suggest?
Well, there are lots of different ways that you can add a sort of Christmas feel to your house. I mean, a lot of people have a leather sofa, which is actually quite cold in the winter months. So I would suggest, piling your sofa high with lots of luxurious throws and in sort of winter whites, and perhaps some lovely red cushions, which will instantly add a lovely winter touch.
Wonderful stuff. Now this, of course, is fantastic. I don't have a fire at home. I don't have a fireplace at home. It's electric. It's something you can just plug in. Really simple. Literally stick it in the wall. And I think this one's by Dimplex. You can get them smaller, larger, as thin as a plasma screen. And even better, if you have a guest room that doesn't get used very much, sometimes you can add some real warmth just by putting one of the tiny stoves in the corner of it. And of course, it's safe for children. And it gives that lovely, lovely Santa Claus feel right at the beginning of the evening. And what a difference.
Yes, and it doesn't get too hot on the top, so you could actually put some lovely candles on there, or vases, which also add a lot of colour to the room.
Fantastic. And this is a great idea, nice and simple. I like simple things, things that I can do.
It's very easy to do. I mean, most people have lots of vases in their house which they don't use in the winter months. I mean, you could fill that up with fairy lights. You could fill it up with baubles. That would be equally effective. Another good idea is to actually use wreaths on the walls as decoration. They don't have to just be used on a front door. You could have a selection of those, perhaps 2 or 3 together on a wall somewhere, very effective. How about customising this by wrapping it with ribbons and twigs and perhaps some cinnamon sticks? That would be very effective, something the children could do as well.
Fantastic. So there you have it. Some great ideas on how to make sure that you have a real Christmas at home. Don't forget though, let's get a bit organised in advance, otherwise your partner might not see things the way you do. Everybody has different traditions at Christmas, but maybe it's time to start a few of your own.